Nice chord notes.
Solid. It's a good measure.
Yeah. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Clink, tink, 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 clink, clink. All right.
Got a line.
Black cherry and lime. Yeah. These are the best ones, actually.
They are. Kristopher,
What's up?
what's this podcast called?
What's this podcast called?
Yes.
Consistently Off.
Yay!
I know what it's called.
Yeah. Got it.
Welcome back. It's number
186.
186.
Yeah.
We are here with KB himself. It's Kristopher Butcher.
Damn.
Keeler Bravo is in the house. Thanks for being
Finally.
here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I know, it
took
seems
you
like-
long enough.
I know, it's like years in the making, right?
Yeah. We've been meaning that basically since we started this podcast.
When did we see you last?
Oh,
Probably Wayfarer.
Probably Wayfarer.
I think I see
safe
it.
bet.
Yeah. I think I saw you guys play with
Shape
one of our other
someone.
friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Congrats on the new single. Tantrum sounds fucking
Oh, yeah,
dope.
Tantrum.
Yeah,
Thank
Sick,
you.
Just
dude.
listen to
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
It sounds fucking dope. When was it put together? When did you record it?
We recorded that it's been over a year now.
Whoa.
Like, we started recording a record January last year.
Okay.
Yeah, last year. It's like been a blur.
yeah. 20.
It's
Yeah.
a human construct. Don't worry.
Yeah, we have like a whole LP recorded and then some. So we're just kind of like doing the
Just
slow
trickling
rolling
it out
them
there.
out, seeing,
Yeah.
you know.
How many songs in the record?
I think 11.
Nice.
I think
Nice.
Nice.
I don't know. It's kind of long. We recorded like 15 or something.
Great.
Yeah. We just did 13.
Yeah.
So we just wrote another one and we're like 8.
Yeah.
Less sounds better.
Yeah. That's work.
Totally.
Yeah. Are all, you said 15? Like, are they all track done?
Yeah. The record's been mixed and mastered for almost a year. Well, not a year, but quite a while.
Okay.
And
Is this the first one to come from that, or?
yeah,
have
that's
you-
the first single from that.
Okay.
We have another one coming out in a few weeks
Okay.
on June 6th.
June 6th.
Oh, day after my birthday.
This might.
Happy birthday. It's for you.
Thanks, dude. All right.
present. Yeah.
That's my first. That's probably the best
what we're
birthday present.
thinking. Yeah. We're like, Nick's going to love it.
Right in time. This episode will probably come out right around then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
2 weeks. So it'll actually come
Just
out.
before.
It'll come out on the day.
Oh, will it? Is it Tuesday?
Nice.
Great.
Yeah.
What's the name of the track?
It's called Zen.
Great.
Yeah. Nice.
It's just meditation music, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Just a
didgeridoo.
drone.
Spa music.
No, is it more in line with Tantrum?
I mean, yeah, it's a little heavier, but it's like we tracked the whole record in the same place, using the same instruments roughly.
Yeah. It was
So,
all
you
one
know.
session. Like, where'd you record it? How many sessions?
So we recorded it at the Music Box in Idlewild. John O'Brien.
yeah, we were
John's
just
like,
talking to Shane.
yep. Shane was just
yeah,
up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen so many people now going out there.
He
Like,
says it's great.
Yeah, we had someone on, and I was like, "There's like some like place out in the middle of the fucking desert. Everyone's going." And
Idlewild's up a
couldn't-
mountain.
Yeah, it's
up
on
on
the mountain, but
Where-
it's yeah, it's
wherever
out
the
there.
fuck it is.
It's not here.
Yeah,
It's
not
near.
here.
Yeah, you're right there. Palm Springs is right down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see a bunch of people going. I probably watched your guys' videos and
Yeah,
and Shane's.
I've known John for like 12 years now. I've known him for
Yeah.
a long time.
He's done like the bulk of the recordings, yeah?
Yeah, everything we've put out, he's recorded. We've done some sessions with other people that maybe we'll see the light of day someday. We just did a session in Long Beach at JazzCats that we're super stoked on.
Cool.
So
I mean, that's
you know, we're always recording and then you have like a pile of songs. You're like, what the fuck do I do with all this? But you know, you keep yourself busy, and that's
Yeah.
what we like to do. We like to create, and
yeah, totally.
who knows.
Well, how was how long of a process at O'Brien's spot up there?
So we did chunks. We did it like in like 3-day weekends,
Cool.
and then we did we were there for 12 days, like in total. So it was the longest I've ever spent on a record, which was
Gotcha.
nice. It was nice to like, and we stayed there, which that's the first time I've like stayed at a studio,
Right.
Yeah.
which is really nice.
Yeah, totally.
It's nice to wake up and like just chill and pick up a guitar and
There's no traffic to worry about. There's no
Yeah,
that
there's not
bullshit.
that commute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's not that like end of the day cleanup where you're like, oh, I gotta go back home.
Right, yeah, leave things set up.
What am I taking
Yeah.
with me?
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, just waking up and having to drive to the studio is a pain.
It is, yeah.
Like,
All the members stay?
Yeah. I think
Great.
there was a weekend we didn't have the drummer, but you know.
He was done anyway.
He's done.
Yeah.
Well, we brought him back. We're like, all right, time for percussion.
Yeah.
Get in here.
Do your dubs. Yeah.
He's like, there's one tambourine track. Yeah, we're gonna need you for the weekend, man.
But I like having everyone there. Like it's
Yeah.
Of course.
it's just like a good hang. It's a good you just get to hang and it's nice to have other ears and other minds on it because.
Of course.
I mean, I'm sure we've all like demoed stuff on our own, and we're like, you just get stuck, and
Yeah.
or you
just hate it.
recycle ideas
hate
or whatever. Yeah, you're like, this thing sucks, and then they go, we'll try this, and you go, you're a genius.
No, dude, we just went to the desert and we hashed out. I don't know. I turned into like
22
20-ish,
or close to it.
yeah,
20-ish,
20-ish. Some just demos. Who's ever got what? Let's throw it up in the air and see what kind of sow it ends up at the end.
Yeah,
Today, I came in and said, all right, so we've kind of narrowed it down to like 12 that we really like.
right.
We're going to take that into a room. But before we do that, guys, I just want you to hear this one intro. I don't want to play the rest of the song. I just want to get to the other song real quick. And then this one. It's the same fucking It's the same exact.
The choruses are
but
different.
written like 3 hours apart. Like,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
And they're named different letters at the beginning. So like
Yeah.
in the track listing, you're like listening through. You're like, I like this one. I'm like picking
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like 7 songs before I get back to it. I'm like, oh yeah, I like
That's
this
a cool
one.
intro. Yeah.
I did like this.
Yeah,
It's always a
whatever.
process, right?
absolutely.
But then,
always.
so then working with John for so long and then staying over for a weekend type thing. Like,
yeah.
does that change? It changes everything, right? Because the whole band is there and kind of living together.
Were the songs pre-written? Did you already have them done? Were you writing
So-
there?
A little bit of everything. I mean, usually with John, like John's kind of my like guy. I send everything I write to. Like even if I'm just writing and I'm like, hey, what do you think of this? Like he hears most of my stuff and gives me notes or whatever. When I plan to do a record, I start like just like putting piles of ideas or whatever. Even if it's like, oh, I have this like riff with a melody, no
Yeah.
words, like. But I like how it sounds, and I send stuff like that to him, and I go, okay, here's on this record. I think I sent him like 50 things, like, like so many.
Good.
Yeah.
And I remember like constantly being like, I don't have enough songs, man. I'm not writing, and then he sent me a screenshot of like the files,
Yeah. All 50 of them. Yeah.
and he's like listening to them, and he gives me notes, and he's like, okay, let's focus on like even if it's something that's not finished. He's like, I really like this, maybe finish this, or like try something with that. So there's some of that stuff, and then there was I want to say not quite half of them were songs that like the band had been playing together and like really new, and then there was a few that were completely written, but I didn't show anybody, and I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the studio, it's really fun. Like especially when it's like red lights on, like just do what comes to mind. Like you get some really cool takes and no one's overthinking it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all like gut instincts.
Yeah.
And then there's a particular song that I like wrote the morning of our last day there, and I was like,
Nice.
I sent it to John, like he was still in bed, and I like sent it to him, and I was like, listen to this, and he's like, oh cool, and I'm like, I want to record this. Like that was like the one time where I'm like, I want to do this today.
He's like, I guess I'm skipping breakfast. We need to do this.
Well, and he's like, oh, we'll see if we have time, and then like, because it was the last day of like tracking with
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
And it worked out. Like we got a live take. We tracked everything live in the room. I mean, there's like maybe a harmony overdub and like a lead or something.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's just like I'm playing acoustic guitar with a SM50 or SM7, 3 feet away from the drums. Like
Sweet.
guitar's going through a Leslie right next to the drums. Like it's just so live and cool and
Sweet.
just like hearing it, like you feel the room and the energy. I'm like, man, making records like this is cool. Like
Yeah.
you get that like glimpse when you hear about, you know, like Bob Dylan or something showing up and not showing the band the songs until they
Yeah.
start tracking. And then you hear it and you're like, how is it so magical?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Levon Helm helps.
Yeah.
Helps.
Good,
Yeah,
good players. help.
Those guys are pretty good.
They're all right. Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I always say. I'm like, if you like my band, you like my band. Like I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm the other guy.
Yeah, for sure. How long is this lineup? You've been playing with the same dudes?
This lineup got together while we were tracking the first record, so like 2019. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
like 4 years.
Yeah.
And We added Adrian, the guitarist. You know Adrian.
What a slayer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we added him in 2020. Like when everything was shut down, like I was going stir crazy, and I was like, "Hey guys, you're all in my bubble, and Adrian's gonna play guitar." Because I was like, we need to jam, like, and it was good for us because we got to get a new guy in and like get rehearsed.
And Swiss
Yeah,
Army
definitely.
Adrian, not only adaptable, but like,
He's so good.
yeah,
He's like understated.
Yeah.
he likes it that way too.
Yeah. And you know, so many people know him as the bass player for Big Monster because he's
Yeah.
been doing that for 10
Ever.
years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had people come see us and they're like, I didn't even know he plays guitar. I'm like, that's like his thing. Like, he's a really good guitar player. Yeah, he's so good. And, you know, Greg and Dave, Greg drummer,
Yep.
Dave on bass. They've I've known Dave since I was 18. I met him when I was 18, and like
Fantastic.
we've been like really good friends.
Yeah. How'd you link up?
Randomly through like one of his friends was dating one of my friends, and we
Perfect.
kind of like met just at a hang, like
Yeah.
someone, you know, and like him and I just kind of hit it off. I remember him and I hung out till like 3 a.m. the first day we met.
That's like band.
awesome.
band
Like, it was just one of those things.
Yeah.
And we actually didn't really make music together until our 20s.
Yeah. You got to lay the groundwork first.
Well, yeah, and like we
Yeah,
always
yeah.
had different things going on. He's from Philly, and he like moved back to Philly for a few years.
Gotcha.
Oh, that'll
Like-
cause a
that'll-
problem.
Yeah. For a band, yeah.
Yeah, and then he came back, and so he was in a band called Fellow Bohemian here that had Greg on drums, Dave on bass, Adrian on guitar. So I stole his
my
band.
We
And
won't name the other guy.
And then the front man was a guy named Alex Bosselman. I don't know if you guys know him. He's super talented. And then our friend Jeremy Brock also played in that band, who's really, really talented, really funny. And I liked that band so much. I was just like a huge fan. And I was in another band at the time, and we lost our bass player. And I was like talking to my band. I was like, "Hey, we can ask Dave to play, but I don't want to take him from his band." I was like, "I love his band."
I don't
And
want to
then
break up his band.
Next thing I know, like we have a European tour booked, and Dave's like, "Yeah, I'm coming with you." I'm like, "Oh, what about Fellows?" He's like, "Oh, like I quit," and I was like, "What?" And I felt so bad. I was like, "I didn't want that, but I want to hang out with you and play music." Like,
I didn't want that, but I wanted that.
I'll take it.
like I never want to be the guy that breaks up a
Yeah.
band unless they.
Really like your
Obviously.
band, guys.
So I put them back
Shame if
together.
Yeah, exactly. So just reform us.
I put them back together, and it's just it's always been a good hang. Like
Yeah.
I used to hang with those guys all the time when they were that band, and it was just like instant, like always good camaraderie and friendship.
It's a solid team rhythm. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
good recruiting.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely lucky to be able to play with those guys. They're shredders.
Yeah.
They make it easy, you know.
Totally.
Yeah. Those are when you're like, I like this band.
Exactly.
The last record,
Yeah.
right? That's 2020.
Yeah.
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 How many tracks on that one?
I think there's 11 on that one too.
Yeah.
I don't do even numbers apparently. That session we recorded a bunch of songs too. Probably about 13 or 14 on that one.
That was John O'Brien local.
Yeah, when he was in Fullerton.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How does that process then totally differ from not only him and Idlewild, but then JazzCats?
Okay, so JazzCats. I live in Westminster, so Long Beach, like
Yep.
going there is like so easy for me.
Yeah.
Especially after going to Idlewild. But
Right.
doing the first record with John, it was kind of like we made a record that we didn't intend to make in the first place. Like it was a totally different. We had a different idea when we came in there. Like I didn't really have a band lineup yet. Like there's 3 different drummers on that record.
Gotcha.
Dave played bass on all of it. I think I had a couple guys play a couple things on guitar, but I did pretty much all of that.
So then that thing's totally pieced together like over time.
A little
as
bit,
well,
yeah. So the idea we were doing, like I bought this nice Martin, and I was like, let's make this like the centerpiece of this record, and it'll be a little more acoustic, and it's all over it, but like it quickly turned into just like
Right,
rock and
it's-
roll.
yeah,
It's just like what comes out.
Yeah. This needs distortion.
Yeah.
But a great foundation, good songs.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
byproduct of that. That's
Exactly.
nice.
Yeah.
But that was like, back and forth. Like, and I like to record on weekends just because I like to make money so I can pay to record.
Yeah.
So it was like, let's book 2 days here, 2 days there, like spaced out. And the first session, we hired a drummer that was really good. This guy named Nick Murray. He's like an LA guy, super good drummer. And he's on the record on a couple, like 2 or 3 songs. And then there's actually a song on that record that was recorded like a year before that has a different drummer. And then I at that time was when I started jamming with Dave and Greg, like actually like trying to get a band together because we had shows booked and I was like, I need a fucking new band.
People that will commit
Yeah,
to
like
a show.
I better have a band. I think we played with you guys. Like that was like one of our first shows.
Fair enough.
With that lineup.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
like,
what year is that?
Like I remember, we played that 2021. We played
that brewery.
the outdoor
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That was like our
24?
second show with that
Was
lineup.
it really? Holy fuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
You guys sounded fucking great for playing
Yeah.
2 shows together. I mean, yeah. Clearly, you guys have been jamming together.
Great
for a
fucking
while.
players.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
They're really
Never
good.
guessed that's your second show ever.
So I
yeah.
heard you got some good players.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's
You know,
great.
I'll
Yeah.
give you their numbers.
That was Golden Road, right?
Yeah.
Or
Hangar
no,
24.
Hangar
24.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bad
24.
beer. Sorry.
Whoa!
Shots fired.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hangar 24.
I mean,
Bad lines, I'll tell you that much. That's all I know about that place.
ooh.
Those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It
like,
tastes a little sour.
I got some issues with that setup, but it was fun. It
Fun
was a
show. Yeah,
Very
dude,
fun
fun
show.
show.
Everybody rocked.
Yeah.
I remember me and Dave were standing side stage while you guys were playing. We're like, God, these guys fucking rock. Like,
Aw.
Thank you.
like you just like
I kept
bring
breaking
it.
fucking
Like-
Greg's cymbal stands and shit.
Oh
Yeah.
no! You weren't breaking those stands. Those
Those
stands
stands
are
were
broken.
I looked at them and I was like, dude,
Oh, no.
Oh,
you can't
they
play
are
with
like from
these.
the 1920s. Or something.
Yeah.
Nah.
But then you see him playing, he's just like painting. He's
Yeah,
like
that's-
crushing.
he had no
yeah.
problems.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
He just knows the answer.
Yeah.
The
Just got a lighter touch.
the last show we played, he was late because he was like, I'm gonna buy another cymbal stand because we were backlining, and he's like, I want to make sure there's a good cymbal stand.
He learned his lesson.
And the like show went great, and then we were setting up, and one of his old stands broke.
Of course.
And I was like, good thing you bought that new one.
Jesus.
Yeah. No, those things
And I was
are-
like, you maybe buy a couple more. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Dude, maybe get a whole set.
Dude works at Guitar Center.
There you go. What the fuck? What are you doing, Greg? Come on. Why?
He probably just has a couple
I mean, I understand
spares that are
vintage.
back
I
there.
understand vintage gear, but vintage hardware, like what the fuck?
Yeah, you know.
It's a great dichotomy. It's just a beautiful set.
Yeah.
You know, he just has.
I mean, I
got
can
history.
understand it, but
Not for hardware.
not for Oliver.
Not for hardware.
No, not for hardware. Like it's stuff's gotta be reliable.
Red Guitar Man.
Red guitar.
Yeah,
Red
red
guitars.
guitar.
Got a couple of them.
Yeah. That's been the thing.
I guess so. Yeah. I don't. Wasn't super intentional. I guess I just like them.
Do you know when
Yeah.
it may have started?
I think
don't
it looks
know.
good in front too. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think my first red guitar. My first red guitar was a Firebird.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I got like 2011 or something.
You still have it?
Oh yeah. That guitar has been around the world multiple
Fuck
times.
Yes.
I love that guitar. It's not the right guitar for Kilo, but it's the right guitar for a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's all over the first record,
Nice.
like all over
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
I
it's
love
been on like every record I've played, and it's like a studio model, so it's like an SG. It's not one of those big blocky 3 pieces, like one flat plank.
It's a nice
Kind of like it's light
yeah. Fast.
and like it looks beat to shit because I play it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've played it so much.
that's how I like instruments.
Yeah,
Like,
and,
I want
well,
them to look like they've been played and not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a masterpiece. You know.
Yeah.
oh, dude, if you're into art, that's cool. But like if you're into guitars, play them.
That's right.
It can't be played. Yeah.
The finishing and the nicks doesn't really matter if it goes jam.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it looks cooler.
Yeah.
Well, and the funny thing about that guitar, I bought it brand new, and people are always like, when I bring it out now, people are like, "Oh man, what year is that?" Like, I'm like, I don't know, it's 10 years ago.
2011.
It's nothing special. It is a special guitar, but it's not. There's nothing fancy about it. Like
Yeah.
I keep it stock unless I break something. Like
Nice.
I don't care. It sounds good.
It's not the
Yeah.
go-to.
Not anymore.
Okay.
What is?
So my number one is like a GNL. It's like their Jazzmaster style, but it's called a
Okay.
GNL Doheny,
Okay.
and it's very red.
It's very red. It sounds red.
It sounds fucking red. It's the reddest sounding guitar I've ever had.
That's how you know it's a good one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love that guitar. It just feels good. It does. It's my first guitar that has like a Strat style tremolo, and I've really like incorporated that into like my style per se, and it's fun.
How many springs you working with?
Fuck, I don't know.
Okay. Because once you get a little bit,
How many are there? Like four usually? Three?
typically
Three?
three. Yeah,
Yeah.
typically. You can.
I've
add
definitely
more.
opened it up and
Yeah.
moved it around, but
You can take
Yeah.
some
I
out.
don't pay attention. Oh yeah, you can make it a little sloppier. I'm all right. It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd never stay in tune. 'cause
Yeah.
I know that's the
Yeah.
thing.
In the middle of a song. Yeah.
That's the one thing about those tremolos. It's
Tricky.
like changing strings and stuff. It's like, ugh. But once that guitar, I noticed once it's dialed in, like it's good to go.
Sweet.
And
Who you have
just don't look at it.
first instrument is a guitar.
Oh yeah.
Like, how old are you when you pick up guitar?
Well, the first time I had a guitar, my dad got me a guitar when I was like 5.
Oh.
And I don't think I was super interested then.
Acoustic?
No, it was like an electric. So my dad's a guitar player. and
Okay.
he like came up playing in the late 70s and 80s.
Sure.
So
Fuck
it was
yeah.
like it was like this white Ibanez looking thing, but it was smaller scale and everything. I wish I still had it. I don't know what happened to it. Probably broke it or something.
Maybe.
You're a kid, you do dumb
Maybe your
stuff.
parents still have it.
But it was right-handed, and from what he tells me is he would like hand it to me, and I just kept flipping it over, and I would just like flip it over, and so like he was like, oh, and he had someone string it left-handed, and I still didn't play it until, I mean, I remember messing around and stuff, but I remember like my first like memories of falling in love with like wanting to be a musician was like one, and I think this is true for most people my age. Seeing School of Rock was like
That is a big one.
like I just saw these people my age playing rock music, and I was like, damn, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
And then I remember when I was in 6th grade, they like took us to the junior high school to like give us like a tour, like it's college or some shit. It's
Yeah.
so
That's
dumb.
where
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
be going next year.
But
Yeah.
but
Don't
they're
freak
like,
out.
yeah, exactly. And then they like have you.
You're getting locked.
They put us in this like auditorium where they kind of give you like a run through of like, here's some of the like cool class options for like electives or whatever. And they're like, this next year we're introducing for the very first time guitar class.
What?
And this band of kids came out and they're playing Smells Like Teen Spirit.
What?
Yeah.
And that like I was
Wow.
like, I knew the music, like I liked Nirvana already,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
just like, fuck yeah, that's what I want to do. And then
I can do this at school.
yeah, and I take the class, and I got to get a classical guitar and like
Right,
play
yeah.
Ode to Joy. But it like got me interested. I remember seeing that, and I was just like, oh, like within like they had the lights and everything, and I was just like, that's fucking cool.
So you're like, pling, pling, pling,
Yeah,
pling, and you're
yeah.
thinking, bam, da, down, chicka, chicka, bam.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, this is so metal.
Yeah, and I have so many memories of that class of like
Fuck yeah.
other kids just like would bring CDs, and I remember someone like
Oh, I'm sure.
showed me like System of a Down. I was like, damn, this is tight. Like
What grade is this?
7th grade maybe.
Fantastic.
I was
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Support arts in the schools,
Yeah,
ladies and
dude, art
gentlemen.
in
Yeah.
schools for
Jesus
sure.
Christ.
School of Rock and actual art in
Yeah.
schools.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I love that Jack Black was like one of that, like a huge trendsetter for that age or
Yeah.
era for
Oh,
people
yeah.
to get into music. Like
Massive.
It's a
Yeah.
big deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
it's like funny and great at the same time
yeah.
because Jack Black's funny and great.
He's
at
still
the same
doing quality work. Peaches is still good.
time. dude.
Peaches,
Tenacious
peaches,
D.
peaches.
Still
dude,
killing it.
he's
I know,
still
I gotta-
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they put out a new song. I haven't heard
I
it yet.
just heard it. I already forget what it's called, but it was silly.
I didn't know Foo Fighters put out 2 songs until like yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't
Really?
heard that either.
I haven't heard that. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that happened. So
Yeah,
you just told me.
Yeah, I literally was like scrolling through, like they released their 2nd single. I'm like, what the fuck? They're releasing a whole new record? Yeah, it's
You listen to it?
Yeah, it's
Girl-
sad lyrically.
Grohl on drums.
It's
You can
gotta
usually
be.
tell.
Dude,
You can
yeah,
usually
it's
tell.
him.
Yeah.
Like I remember listening to Clockwork from Queens of the Stone Age, and like the first song came on, I was like, "Oh, Grohl's back!"
Yep.
Yeah,
Like you could just hear him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first song's got some interesting parts in it.
yeah.
Like the timing's off too.
Yeah.
It's like he did some weird stuff. And the second one's kind of like not super ballady, but also like my friend died.
Yeah. Yeah, it's- I'm sure it's heavy. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a lot on his mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like grew up loving the Foo Fighters. You know, as
As you
a
should.
lot of bands
great fucking
age,
band.
their
Yeah.
records
Yeah.
aren't for me sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in hearing his new stuff. Like I just know they tapped into like a formula of like
Yeah.
this always the guitars sound how they sound. Like
Uh-huh.
we double our vocals and it sounds how it sounds, and it's cool. Like they have their thing, but
Yeah.
it's like I always get excited when I hear like an older band like, oh, we like worked with a different producer and stuff, because it's like, okay, cool, you're gonna get I get a different record.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Try something else. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite of the Foo Fighters records? Where do you think that they were at their peak?
I mean, Color and Shape's probably like if I had to say best record,
Yeah.
That's a great record.
because it's just got every
Yeah.
song's banging.
Yeah.
One by One's like a big one. I
Yeah.
remember like All My Life came out. It was like blew my mind. I was like,
That's
this
still my
is-
favorite Foo song.
It's like
Yeah.
ultimate live song too. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
fucking crushes.
Yeah.
Dude, his
It's-
vocals are so
It's
good.
still my favorite.
Yeah,
Foo
talk
song.
about a live band.
Fuck.
They're like
Holy shit.
they're like AC/DC of our generation. Like
Easy,
no one
yeah.
can follow them.
No.
Like they're one of those bands. Like
Yeah.
We're gonna try.
We need transitions. Those
You're the dude.
motherfuckers, man. Like
Yeah.
they stop a song, transition seamlessly into
Oh,
the
yeah.
next thing for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
25, 30 minutes straight.
yeah, they just
Yeah.
fucking go.
Gnarly.
Yeah,
And
and
he's
every,
such-
every fucking song's a hit too.
Yep.
So like.
Yeah, that's the thing. They got
Yeah.
2 hours of hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
hits.
Like
Yeah.
big hits.
You know all the words to all these songs.
And he's just such an entertainer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's still going.
Dude,
Dude,
he
over
cracks
50?
me up.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
cracks me up when he's just like, oh shit. It's so good.
Yeah.
And he kills it. He's like that band.
The best. The best.
Yeah, the band.
best. The best. The best.
I
Yeah.
mean, Foo Fighters or Nirvana.
Ooh.
Foo Fighters.
I mean, Nirvana.
Yeah, Nirvana.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But
got so burnt out.
I support your decision. I
Yeah.
understand it.
Yeah, it's
More material.
yeah, they were around when I was I was like listening to them live, and just Detroit played the same songs over and over again that I'm just
Nirvana.
yeah, I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
bro- I
Yeah.
just
I get it.
yeah, like kind of what happens to Blink for me. Like I'm
Yeah.
just like I know Blink's great.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Like I just heard them so
I've-
fucking much. Like Kings of Leon, that one song, I never want to hear it again.
Gun to my head, I'd say Nirvana is a better band. Like I would just say that's an obvious thing. But
Yeah.
I've owned 3 Foo Fighters records, 0 Nirvana albums.
Yeah.
There
Well,
you
there's
go.
only 3 of them.
Yeah, that's true. There are only 3. Yeah.
Unless you want to go into the live stuff, but let's not get into that.
Yeah, no.
Because there's
Re-release.
about 100 live records at this point.
Yeah.
They're all good. I've
They
a,
play
a
good
few
live.
years ago,
Yeah.
I like had like one of those like re-falling in love moments with them
Mhm.
because I know exactly how you feel. Like
Yeah.
if I hear "Smells Like Teen Spirit," like,
Yeah. Yeah. Change
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
and it's so sad because it's like hindsight, that song changed music
Yeah,
in an
right.
instant.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the
Overnight,
song.
like overnight. Yeah.
But like it's also the song. It's like all right, we got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There are better Nirvana songs too. Like,
And yeah, my
Yeah.
opinion,
Yeah.
like there's like All Apologies is like one of the greatest songs ever
Yeah.
written, in my opinion.
I want to. I
Or,
still
like,
want to get an all
incredible.
apologies tattoo.
Like that record, In Utero, I think is like Nirvana being Nirvana.
Yeah.
Like Nevermind's insane. But it's like a Beatles record. Like it's just like this
Mhm.
pop, like punk for the masses,
Yeah.
pop hits.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
it's
In Utero's
it's
got
so
weird
good.
shit on it.
And In Utero is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's stuff where like I totally get why people that love Nevermind are like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I get it, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This thing doesn't rock.
No, it just rocks in a different way.
But then always the question, like, what if Kurt had never died?
Big killed.
Are they still touring? Are they still touring? Does the legacy
Do they sound like the Foo Fighters now?
does the legacy
Yeah.
carry on as hard?
Well, that's a good question.
Is he on The Voice saying, I think You
Hell
should
no.
be on my
Kurt
team.
would never do
No.
that.
No way.
Hey,
Yeah.
Because I think
He
he's
hated
like
it enough. Yeah.
Ice Cube did like "Are We There Yet" 5 or something. So
Ice Cube's
never.
been a sellout since day one.
Dude, have you ever seen
And
Kurt
not
like
to talk shit
interviews?
because he is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, interviews with him, Kurt are always just like he does not want to be there.
Yeah.
He's not. I bet you they would have put out like 2 more.
I
records
think they would
and
have
he
gone
would've
like the
been done.
Radiohead. Yeah, like the Radiohead direction of like an album every 4 years. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I think like, I mean, I'm just trying to think of guys that like came from his generation, from his like same era. I mean, obviously Grohl, like they
Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, all of those.
like
yeah.
Billy Corgan. It's like those guys don't do like. Don't get me wrong, New Smashing Pumpkins could
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Smashing Pumpkins. is
not for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
dude.
not old Smashing
But
Yeah,
Pumpkins.
yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream '93,
Yeah.
Yeah.
coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
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 I-
Masterpiece.
Like, and I'm like, well, Corgan's corny now, and he doesn't do lame shit like that. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so I don't think Cobain would have.
Yeah, yeah.
Corgan found his own way. He got into wrestling. No,
He's a strange guy,
he's a strange.
He is a strange
dude.
guy.
but
Have you seen
what
him? He looks like a strange fucking guy.
But I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
He's
I
got
mean, it's all
got
speculation, right?
he's got the shit to back it up. So-
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, I don't think he would. I don't think Smashing Pumpkins would have been the same if he wasn't a weird fucking guy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the half of that stuff is like out there. I could never
Think of that,
think
yeah.
of creating that kind of stuff.
Oh, I know.
Well, there-
Totally.
There would be some residual good for Kurt Cobain having not died, including like we
Of
wouldn't
being
have,
alive still.
We wouldn't have like Puddle of Mud. We wouldn't have all of the things that like filled in the void.
You
Yeah.
don't know. It would
For-
have been
yeah.
like Puddle of Grit, dude. They would have just changed just a little
Would
bit.
Nickelback have been a band? Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh my God, Silverchair
Yeah.
would have just
Nah,
taken over all the space.
I think all those bands still would exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, no one in Mumford and Sons died, and there's all those bands.
Yeah, that's
you know what
all-
I mean?
yeah, yeah,
That's very true.
yeah, yeah,
We
And
can
it-
only hope.
And it always happens.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when something cool happens.
Yeah, it's a wave. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the flashlight just gets put on like that genre, and then whoever
yeah,
else
and then,
gets
like,
picked
all
up in
the-
there, you know.
pop punk
corporations
now.
or whatever go, oh, find any band kind of like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But make sure they're not as hard as that.
Yeah, they're too
gotta-
weird. Yeah.
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 But pop punk is back again.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
you know.
That's what I hear. I don't,
Uh huh. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not
either.
in on it.
You've seen pictures of Machine Gun Kelly? That's pop punk now.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That's all you need. Yeah.
Oh, it
I
just
thought
it
there was
just
more
changed
bands.
what it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so pop punk is hip hop now. Yeah, yeah.
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 Well, punk goes crunk. Like that was already like a teetering.
Yeah.
2010.
Travis
in the-
Barker was
in
already
the
playing
middle of
with
the two-
everyone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Travis
yeah,
Barker
yeah.
already did hip hop since the mid 2000s. Yeah.
Travis Barker.
He's the king of the resurgence. Yeah.
I'm like such a Travis Barker hater, but he's so
Really?
he's so incredible.
Yeah.
But like I'm just like, all right, chill, dude. We get it. You're better. You play more notes than all of us. Like no one's surprised.
Just on the
anymore.
intro, Phil, you're like, all right, calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember when they did the Hawkins tribute thing and he came out. I was like, here we go.
I don't think
I don't remember. He killed it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he
yeah.
fucking
Of course he did, yeah.
slayed it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I was just like, he's gonna fucking do some like
There's gonna be some fills
crazy shit on the hi hat.
here. Yeah.
He's gonna hit 17 toms in one beat.
Obviously, he killed it. Like,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
If you can hire the best drummer in the world, you're gonna hire him.
Yeah.
You're gonna get him.
And it's instant street cred too.
Yeah.
Yeah. First record that you bought with your own money.
Ooh.
I think it was like an Offspring record.
Nice.
I
Well, that's
don't-
2 Offsprings in a row.
I don't remember though. Yeah, it's very Orange County.
Yeah.
Could be Americana, could be X-Nay, could be Smash.
One of those.
I had Smash on cassette, but it wasn't
Nice.
mine.
Okay.
Okay.
But I credit Smash to like learning how to like play rock music.
Yeah.
Like I remember playing along to the cassette and like rewinding it, and I learned every song on that record.
Well, because then classical
And it's
in,
like
in
easy-
7th grade is
yeah.
not the Offspring.
Not quite.
Are you doing power chords on the classical?
No, I had an electric guitar too.
Okay.
I don't even. I think I like talked to my dad into getting me like a.
Yeah, so
like
you had that white one at age 5 or whatever.
Yeah,
but, like,
and I wasn't stoked on it. And just,
Yeah.
by the time I'm a teenager,
You're right,
like it's a little small.
Sure.
And I talked him into getting me like a black Epiphone SG because I was into Black Sabbath, obviously,
course.
and I'm left-handed. Like, you know, there's this thing like I have like an affinity for left-handed guitars.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like and just it's nice to see another
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And now
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a lot of us, and it sounds cool, but but like I just remember as a kid, I was like, man, all the coolest guitar players in history were left-handed.
Yeah.
Are you
course.
left-handed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
But I play right-handed.
Yeah, I'm left-handed and I play right-handed.
Yeah. I'm,
They conform.
Just
you
imagine,
see.
just
Yeah, yeah.
imagine how good you could be.
You're right.
Next practice,
switching.
I switch it. I just
Shredded.
instantly
Yeah. Don't even restring.
So then Smash, and then
Smash.
and then obviously
and-
Sabbath.
yeah, I was in Sabbath, and just a lot of like I got really into like a lot of that '90s like skate punk and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
cool. Well, throw out some names.
I mean, like I love NoFX. I loved Rancid, and
Lagwagon.
Bad Religion. Lagwagon was
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
That whole scene was
Yeah.
like, super cool to me. And I remember when like bands like Blink-182 came out, I was like, they're just doing what these guys were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
true.
just somehow a little bit better because they know how to sell it. I don't know.
Dude.
Well, they're just conforming.
They were just they're just pop. Nah.
Yeah.
nah,
Oh yeah.
nah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
instead of singing about politics and drinking pee or whatever.
Yeah.
That's Rancid's contribution.
I think that's NoFX's contribution. Rancid's all their songs are just about like
The
what's-
rats.
The street.
yeah, whatever
Streets of
street.
Oakland.
Yeah, they're like, I'm in Berkeley on
Yeah.
fucking 92nd. Like every song's about a street
Yeah.
and where they are. That's cool too. Like they're super fun.
Yeah, but they didn't do Kill All the White Man.
that's dope.
Yeah.
I love that.
Dude, I love that.
Like those, they have a lot of songs like that. See,
Dude, I heard
no-
They Suck Live is their best record.
It
yeah,
was a very good record.
Th- they
and
did-
it's a live record.
they did the other live record after that. Like
Oh yeah. I heard they still suck live.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's also great.
Dude.
Like they're NoFX is like a big deal for me when I was a teenager. I just like remember being so into them.
They're on the
and-
farewell right
Me
now.
too. Like I would go to Warped Tour just to see them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I'm
like
stoked to see them.
they now they have this rap for just being like a silly band, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
of
but they
course they're
play
hilarious.
fucking good.
But
Yeah.
they play amazing.
Yeah.
And like their drummer's incredible.
Holy shit. Yeah.
And
Oh,
like
Hefe's great too.
if you
They're all
if you're a songwriter and like a thoughtful person, you listen to their lyrics and you're like, fuck, this guy like writes really well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they got silly shit, but he writes really well. He writes about like real shit
Yeah.
and makes fun of it.
Mhm.
And so it's like they're a joke band, I guess.
yeah, whatever.
But they're hilarious.
Yeah.
One of the best live shows ever, just because they
Pure
could not
jokes,
play
yeah.
music and you're entertained.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Dude,
4-man stand-up
I'll,
set.
I'll never forget. I was working at Warped Tour right out of high school, like just helping some band, and they were playing, and I like slipped away to go watch them, and it was the day after Michael Jackson died,
Oh boy.
and they came out, and like Fat Mike goes up to the mic and he goes, "Hey, what do you call a band of 4 guys?" And like everyone's like, "What?" And he goes, "The Jackson 5." Like, and like I just like started, and like the whole crowd was just like an audible like sigh,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
thought it was so funny.
Of course.
That's such a good joke.
It's a good way to start a
It's
set.
a good
too.
joke to write it, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's quick thinking.
Yeah.
Never too soon.
Yeah.
Never too
no,
soon.
there's no such thing.
Time's relative.
Yeah.
Punk and Drublic's happening, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, they're on the farewell tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
We'll,
hear.
s- we'll see how
How farewell it
how
is.
many farewells they do.
Yeah.
Would you Punk Rock Museum, Vegas? That opened up. Everyone's.
Yeah, I'd love to check
Flocking
that
over.
out.
It'd be
I'd love
fun.
to check
I
that
did
out.
these look. I mean,
Yeah. I'd go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, why
cool.
not?
I mean, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
There's a rich enough history with punk rock. Like,
Yeah. And they're deep enough in it to
Yeah.
like have some cool shit.
yeah. There's
Sure.
a whole scene of
Yeah.
punk rockers
Yeah.
that have been around since the 50s.
they're all
60s?
dinosaurs
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like, it's
But-
weird thinking about those guys are like in their 50s.
Yeah.
Late 50s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I
I mean,
just-
you look at Greg Graffin from Bad Religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Silver
I
Fox.
was, dude, I always
Yeah.
call him
So-
Grandpa. And he's probably maybe my dad's age.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he's Grandpa.
What's fantastic about him is that his energy has never changed. Like he's. just
Oh yeah,
the
he was
same.
that way in the fucking 80s.
A lot of pointing.
Yeah.
Ah, a
You
lot
tell
of
he's
pointing.
really thinking about his microphone as he's.
Oh, that guy's really thinking.
Yeah.
always
Think about
Smart
every word he
guy.
says. Yeah.
I know. That was a band I remember listening to, and I'm like, I need a thesaurus and a dictionary. Like, I don't know what the fuck to start reading.
a lot.
I feel like an idiot.
I mean, he teaches at UCLA.
Yeah,
I think, right?
yeah.
He does. He's a professor.
He's a fucking professor.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
That's a lot of those guys. The
Yeah, Dexter
dude from The
does too.
Offspring.
Yeah, Dexter does too.
It's like a.
I think Noodles too. Yeah.
I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
I think Noodles is like a janitor. Or
Oh,
something.
was he? I thought Noodles had a degree, but maybe it's just Dexter. Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
could be making
Yeah.
up shit. I don't know.
Fucking Milo. There you go.
Milo,
goes to
yeah,
college.
Descendants.
Yeah.
Punks are smart guys.
Folks are smart.
And it's funny about a lot of those guys. I think, specifically with Milo, and I think even with Dexter, was like their plan was like, I'm gonna go to college and like get a degree and like get a real job, and like Milo broke up the Descendants to
Right.
do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, oh, these guys like got great careers as musicians on accident and like didn't want them really. Oh, bummer. Fuck.
Yeah.
Here we
I
are,
get to
like-
go tour the world and play for all these
Yeah.
millions of people.
Like, oh, I don't get to be a fucking marine biologist,
Yeah.
cure cancer or something.
2, 3, 4, band.
Really want to talk about
The
grammar all day.
Dude, yeah. This guy's a fucking genius. He's
Yeah.
pretty fly for a white guy.
Yeah.
So what the dad plays? So what are they raising you on, like music wise? What's playing in the house?
I mean, my dad's like really into just classic stuff. Loves Zeppelin and all that kind of stuff. I remember a lot of like Soundgarden.
Ah.
Yeah, I remember Soundgarden a lot when I was a kid. I'm trying to think of records he played for me. I mean, there's just tons of Led Zeppelin, some Beatles, like very like standard rock music.
Yep.
But it was never like, I don't know. It was never something that he was never like, here, listen to this or anything. It was
No,
just
it was
like
just
around,
organically
like
on,
stuff
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
And I was like very curious about finding my like stuff I liked.
Yeah. That's where skate punk came in. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I'm
Hawk
trying to
Pro Skater.
think of that was a big one for everyone too, honestly.
Yeah.
Huge
And
gateway.
and I was really into skating. I was really into like freestyle motocross and stuff, and all those like videos and stuff just had the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good
remember
shit.
hearing like old Social Distortion on one of those videos, and like I was like, "What's
Dude,
this?"
skate videos were so good for that shit because
Yeah.
you would like, for us being in Michigan, like we didn't hear California music
Right.
very often, and then all of a sudden you just like watch some skate video and you're like, dude, what the fuck is this? And then you just like they credit that shit. And you're
Yeah.
like, all right, how do I find this? Who do I need to buy this?
Yeah,
from?
yeah.
Yeah, and then just fall in love with random awesome
Yeah.
music when you're growing up.
Yeah, I kind of like
the
miss.
Jack Black of
I
that
kind of missed that whole thing of like there was this big community of like, just the subculture of like all these different like action sports and music, and it went hand in hand, and they like kind of like one promoted the other, and it's like I don't know. I can't think of anything like that. Maybe there's
Dude,
something like
yeah.
that I'm
Now
just
it's
too
just-
old and not a
Now
part
it's just
of.
a world of Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Red
I
Bull
guess like
Records, Red
it
Bull.
could be like video games and stuff too,
Video
right? Because
games,
then once
yeah.
video games came out, like Tony Hawk, they started
Yeah.
putting stuff like Dave Mirra did the same thing where
Yeah.
you're just getting more catalogs of
Yeah.
different pockets of music.
But I don't know, dude. I've been playing a new Zelda game, and
Dude,
I don't know any of those bands.
They shred though.
They're fucking great.
Rip.
I watched
A lot of loot.
I watched some like video on that new game. It looks insane.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
fun.
People
I need to
people have
play
been
it.
saying it's more of an engineer game than it is a Zelda.
Yeah,
game.
you like build shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You're
stuff.
like an engineer.
So
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge video game guy, but I do. I've always loved Zelda games,
Right.
and I bought a Switch just to play Breath of the Wild.
I'm considering it.
Yeah.
And like I bought it for two
Yeah.
reasons. I bought it to play that, and I was like, I need like something to shut my brain off.
Yeah.
And like sitting there like this is just so easy,
Yep.
like no stress. And then and I haven't played it for I want to say almost a year. And then that game came out. I was like, and now every day when I get home, it's just like such a time suck.
Yeah.
It's fun. I don't know. I have a good
worth
time.
it.
Some of the building stuff, though, I'm like, come on, I just want to like play the game.
Yeah. I want to beat some shit up. Yeah.
Is there a cheat code for this?
Minecraft.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Minecraft changed everything, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it love at first Zelda?
Maybe.
Yeah.
NES. Do you have memories of that system?
Yeah,
Yeah?
totally. My brother, I have an older brother who was like, he still is like a huge gamer.
Mhm.
So we had like NES and all that stuff.
64, all of them. Yeah.
How many years older?
64. 10.
10 years old.
Oh.
or
It's
so?
quite
Yeah.
a, quite a
Yeah.
spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then
So
you
like,
get-
yeah, we don't like, never had that like brotherly bond
But then
really
you
because
had,
they're so
like-
far apart. Like by the time I'm 10, he's an adult.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't want to hang out with me.
Yeah.
Right. But then
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, by the time you're like 8,
Yeah.
he's like out of the
He's
house.
out.
yeah. Is he influencing music at all?
No, not really. I don't think so.
Did he like the same things at all?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know him as like a teenager. You know? Like he loves everyone in my family like loves music. He's not like a musician or anything, but
Gotcha.
everyone likes music. Dude,
who doesn't
I
like
don't
music?
fuck with anyone that doesn't love music. Like at least love something about it. Like
Yeah.
I love jazz. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I can get along with you if you understand the music's cool.
I have
right.
no brother.
Yeah, I don't think I know anyone that doesn't like music.
Yeah.
Or if I did know him, I don't know
Yeah,
him.
you don't
think
know.
Yeah.
It's kind of impossible.
If I met someone, they're like, yeah, I'm not really into music. I just
I'd just stop talking.
read books. I'd be like,
I just
Okay.
listened to talk radio. You just listen to talk
that was my
radio?
grandma. Oh my
It's really soothing.
yeah, right.
Yeah, let's talk more about your grandma.
Yeah.
She sounds interesting.
She was awesome. She was awesome. But
But did she like music?
No, she
Just
just
talk
was-
radio.
Just talk radio?
Dude, no joke. Every
Was
time
it
I
like
went over her house,
was it like NPR style like news?
I think so. It was just like every time I came over, it'd just be the old school radio that goes underneath your cabinet.
Yeah,
and it just
yeah.
would be on talk radio. And I
Nice.
just every time I'm over there, just walking through, just some dude. At the 12 o'clock hour, we're
Yeah.
talking about nothing.
You are notorious for having one ear in, and it's just whatever podcast is going
Yeah.
on. People talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
talking,
I don't like silence, and I've gotten over listening to music like nonstop.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like it clutters my creativity too much when I just like absorbing.
Yeah.
Like I lose that like natural creativity. Like I just like to break it up. So D&D podcasts, 'cause it's like a book on tape.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
it's happening while I'm listening. I like that creativity, and it's still something. And then just your normal podcast shit. Like I love Two Bears, One Cave, and
Yeah, all the silly shit.
Yeah, all the silly shit. Comedy, always comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy.
I got really into Bad Friends.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, that friend's
Got it
good.
in a huge
Santino's
podcast.
good.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so good.
Santino's really good.
And like their
Yeah.
chemistry in general is
Oh,
just super
absolutely.
good.
I'm Korean, so I have to love Bobby Lee.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dating a Korean.
The
Love
stupid
Korean.
shit
Oh, there
they
you
do
go.
to each other.
Koreans are the shit.
Not
Yeah,
North
Master
Koreans,
race.
right?
All right.
All right, calm down. Yeah.
I will say nothing. I
Such a different episode to episode. Like, I think last episode someone said about Korea, and you were like, "Love me some Korea." Like you could just real under the radar, and I
Yeah.
like Master Race. So,
Well, it's because it's always there. You just know it. You know it, but you don't have to flaunt it. 'Cause it's quiet confidence.
it's the Han.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you
it's the Han.
did you watch the Korean episode of Bad Friends?
Oh no! What do
So
you?
Santino's gone, and so Bobby brought in like
Korean
like he
comics
brought
and
in
shit?
his
Yeah.
brother and
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
like
one.
dumbfounded,
Yeah.
Stevie Wee.
and they're just bonding over how their
How
dads
Korean they
beat
are.
him up and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh god.
It's the Han,
Very
man.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Han. Yeah.
Bobby Lee
Han
makes it
goes
so funny though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah he's very funny.
Yeah.
Shows.
Shows. Right now we don't have a lot going on. Working
Okay.
on booking. We're playing. We actually have like a couple weird themed things coming up.
Cool.
What do you mean?
We got invited to these like themed nights to play like a couple songs.
Cool.
What themes? What
So
do you- yeah.
the first one is on June 8th, which
Okay.
is
2 days after your release.
Yeah.
the day before. But yeah, close enough.
Well, I thought you said the 6th.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
did
it
say
was
the
June 9th. That's wrong.
I'm lying.
It's not for my birthday then.
It's a Friday.
Yeah, I look at the calendar.
Whatever.
I'm lost without my
Well, it's
calendar.
going to come out at the end of this week.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Be out in a
coming
couple
out in a couple
days,
days.
Yeah, it'll be out in a couple days.
Yeah.
June 9th
Yeah.
is the song. So
Cool.
the show is June 8th, and it's like CBGB 70s like punk theme.
Oh, cool.
And
Where at?
It's at Monty Bar in LA.
Money.
Know that.
Monty Bar. I've never been there. I hear it's
I've heard
like
that
cool,
name.
kind of like divey,
Cool.
punk rock.
Yeah.
Totally my vibe.
Are you doing some covers?
Yeah, we're gonna do some
Yes,
television
sweet.
songs.
Yeah. Ooh, television. Good CBGB band. Yeah.
I love television. Like television's a band like everyone in my band just like loves.
Sweet.
It's one, like you know how we all have like
Yeah. the common
some
ones.
pillar
Yeah,
bands where we're
Yeah,
all like
yeah.
in love with them.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
one of them. And
Chrome
like
Rhino.
as like musicians, it's just such a fun band to play because it's all jamming and silly
Yeah.
and people are always like, "Whoa, you do
You even
that?
know who you even know who they are.
You do that?" It's like I think everyone knows Marky Moon at this point. Like it's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there.
So that's happening, and then at the end of July, I don't remember the date. We're doing another one like that. That's like for Mick Jagger's birthday,
Sweet.
and they want us to do like. They said it's like Beatles versus Stones night, and they're like, "Oh, do like one of each, and then do an original or whatever."
That's cool.
So I don't know what we're gonna do. I haven't really thought that out. I kind of want to do "And Your Bird Can Sing." That seems like
It's a good. Yeah, you
seems
guys
like a fun one to do.
you guys
that,
would
like
slay
you
that
don't
one.
hear.
Yes.
Yeah, you and Adrian.
Do you-
I don't know what the hell I would do for a Stone song. I'm like, I can't do Mick Jagger, dude.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like trying to sound like him, but I'm just
yeah.
like he's got like such a thing he does, and the guitars they're like very groovy and like
Mm-hmm. It's hard to sing and play that.
a lot of
Yeah.
swagger to that
Yeah.
band.
Um,
And I like my
Just do
gut
wild,
instinct.
Do Wild Horses too.
Yeah, I,
you and a 12 string.
I have a feeling there's gonna be so many like fucking, cowboy cosplay LA guys like doing like the country songs.
Yeah.
Honky tonk and all
It's
that
just
shit. Yeah.
cool, but
Then hit him with fucking.
I always wanna-
Jack Flash.
yeah, I just want to do something like a little less obvious, but
I know.
we'll figure it out. Some girls would be tight,
Some girls would be sweet.
but there's some problematic lyrics for a white guy to sing in this day and age.
They just want to get fucked all night.
I'm like, can I say that?
You can just repeat the other verse.
But they're always like the crucial lyrics. Right?
Yeah.
This ties the whole song
That's
together.
the line you remember. Yeah. And if you don't say it, people will be disappointed. Yeah.
It'd be a really cool song to play, though.
That's a good song.
Fuck it, Brown Sugar. They stopped
Yeah.
playing it, so you start playing it.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, good idea.
Make it the
I
first.
can tell you're the idea man in the room.
Oh yeah.
I got all of them. No, that'd be fun.
No,
That'd be great.
yeah, I'm excited for that. I like learning new songs. I have like a bad habit of like half-assing learning stuff because I just want to write and work on.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I'll get hired to like play guitar and have to learn a set, and I get distracted like just fucking jamming dumb riffs. I'll like,
Yeah.
I'll
This
be
was
like-
cooler if I do this.
and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh. What about Seven Nation Army? That's fun to play. Like, just stumble upon it.
Yeah.
I wrote that. Yeah. Yeah.
So having like a thing I have to learn and do is
Yeah.
Yeah.
good for me.
You were out with a few acts a few seasons ago, yeah?
Yeah, I've been around a little bit. I mean, not a ton of touring. I've been playing a lot with this guy named Eric Roebuck lately.
That's right.
Who his old band was called Professor Columbo. I don't know if you know them. They were around for a while.
There was just a Viper Room kid?
We did Viper Room. We just did Troubadour
Sweet.
with Eric on last Saturday. That show was great.
Nice.
Really good show.
Fuck yeah.
He's been keeping us busy. It's fun. I get to just jam, and it's pretty straightforward, like southern rock kind of blues.
Yep. Guitar centric, so
Yeah, it's just fun
Yeah.
guitar stuff.
totally.
And like it's a good hang. Like I'm at the point in my life like I just want the hang is number one. And then the music's like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the stuff we'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
like I want to hang out with people I want to hang out with.
Right. If it's bad vibes, I got no time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
What's the point?
Yeah.
How long were you out on the road as a hired gun?
I mean, not a ton. I mean,
Yeah.
here and there. I mean, I was my old band like that I was a member of. Like we toured a lot. We toured Europe a bunch, and
What's the name?
that was Robert John the Wreck. They're you know those guys.
Oh, we do. We
Yeah,
know those
yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in that band for a little over 5 years,
Gotcha.
and we toured a ton. And they're still killing
They're
it.
still
They're
doing
Train
it.
is
crushing
still
it.
rolling.
They're
Yeah.
crushing it, man. They've been a band
Didn't
for
we
a long
hear
time.
their shit in some commercial?
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it was
Maybe.
while we're watching the NHL. I was like,
That's them. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they're doing well. It's good.
Yeah.
I like seeing it.
Yeah. They
Totally.
deserve it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they work hard.
Yeah.
They work hard.
Uh,
Yeah. Shout out Robert John the Wreck.
Yeah,
Yeah, gotta
love
get
those
them in
guys.
here.
Listen to
Yeah.
them. They get them in there. They'll,
Yeah.
they'll come in. They're around.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, eventually they're around.
When they're in town. Yeah. They're
been
not in fucking
touring-
Europe or something.
They've been touring a lot this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
they
I-
just ended a run because I think
And
I
they're
just-
going back to Europe in like a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I just saw Warren at the pizza joint I was at.
Folks,
Yeah.
dude,
I know, right?
that's the best pizza. Not only is it the best pizza in Orange
right?
County, but it might be like California's best pizza. But I can't say that for sure.
It's pretty strong.
Can't say that
That's
for
a
sure.
really good
I
argument.
mean, it's a
But
tough
Orange
beat,
County,
yeah.
hands down, in my from what I know,
Yeah.
that's the best because it's like it's a real restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Pizza 900.
Yeah.
My only problem with Folks is that their crust is like this big.
It's very bubbly,
You get like this
Yeah,
much
crust to topping ratio.
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like light. You know what I
It's a
mean?
sourdough.
chewy,
It's
yeah.
so good.
Like
Yeah,
it's so
like
good.
everything's so light. Their salads are super good. Like everything's good. That's the thing. It's not just the pizza.
Their wine is
the bubbly wine. Yeah.
organic.
Biodynamic.
Biodynamic.
That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Biodynamic.
As soon as I sat down with Nikki and we looked at the
Yeah.
thing, I was like, right, signature taste, because that's a place that
Yeah.
they've crafted their whole menu to taste like that. So
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the kind of restaurant you want to go to.
Yeah.
right? I don't want to go to a place that's like Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
I want you to like do
Well,
something.
you know, there's a time and place for everything. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
the chefs at Cheesecake Factory can make
Craft those
anything,
pizzas by hand.
anything in the
Have you,
world.
have you seen that book you can order from?
The novel.
It's gotta be good.
Half the size of the Bible.
Yeah, they
man.
just,
They are experts in
this is
all
what Bible
types
look
of
like.
culinary tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw him, but we were on our way out, and I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah, that guy loves pizza. He's a big pizza guy.
It's
This
serious.
guy loves pizza.
Yeah,
too.
it's serious
Yeah,
for me. Yeah, last night it was pizza and wine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Warren has a pizza tattoo too.
Oh yeah.
I think it's his only tattoo.
His only tattoo.
And then we skin contact, and then pizzas just appear.
Yeah.
No, your tattoo's double.
Oh,
Yeah.
His is
They mate.
vertical. Yours is
just multiplying. Oh no, it's spreading.
It rubbed off.
I get
Dope.
it.
Do you have a favorite room as Kilo, like in SoCal or outside SoCal? Do you have a favorite spot to play?
Favorite spot to play? I don't know. Kilo's like we still have a lot of growing to do and a lot of places to play. We haven't played a ton. We've been hitting LA a lot lately, but when I say a lot, it's like the 4 shows we played in the last 3 months. Like,
yeah. What are the
How-
rooms you like up
we-
there?
I don't like any of them.
Yeah. That's fair.
Neither do
Good
we.
answer.
I mean, you know, that's
Harvard and
Valid
Stone's
answer.
like
cool.
we play Harbor and Stone's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did Hotel Cafe, which isn't a great room for bands like us, but it was actually a really good show.
There you go.
Cool.
And the sound was like dialed in. Like I was actually dreading that show when we were just like when we showed up and I was like looking at the stage and I was just like,
Yeah.
this is not our room.
I'm gonna
Like,
be too loud.
I'm not
Yeah.
doing fucking acoustic Sweet Child of Mine covers. Like,
Yeah,
it's, but we like had a really good time.
But we did, and it was great.
we pulled it off. No, it was a good show and it felt really good on stage. But I'm fine not playing a stage that small.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty
Redwood Bar is fun.
Redwood's
Yeah,
fun.
I like
like
hitting
Redwood,
Redwood. Also, it's all these small places.
Well, I mean, it's hard not to say like, well, my favorite room's Wayfair, and then we can
Yeah.
shout out Wayfair.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. We love Wayfair. Everybody knows we
Yeah,
love
use
Wayfair.
discount code Kilo Bravo to receive 10% off.
Yeah. If you know our band and have seen us, it was probably there.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've been taking a break from there. But we
Fair.
when we released Tantrum, we did like a run. We did Wayfair, and then we did San Diego, and we did LA.
Oh yeah, that was that dope Peanuts artwork.
Yeah.
So dope.
A little tour thing. That was my buddy Eric Jensen did the art.
So
Super
dope.
good artist.
Yeah.
He's the shit. Hire him. He lost a good job. So hire him.
What's his
Hire
name?
him.
Eric Jensen.
Yeah.
We need our work so bad.
He's a great artist. I'll
Yeah.
give you his info. He's super cool.
Fantastic.
Illustrates. So he did the new album art. He did all of.
Sweet.
How was the San Diego show?
It was a good show.
Nice.
It was at Poorhouse. That place is cool. Cool
Okay.
vibe.
I don't think I
know
ever
that
heard of
place. Yeah.
Oceanside.
It's Oceanside, yeah.
Poorhouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know.
That place is good vibe. I like personally was having one of those nights where I just like was feeling off, you know?
Yeah.
And it was a good show. People liked it. Good crowd.
But you didn't believe it.
but like I was just having one of those nights where like even during like there was like a few songs left of the set and I just like looked down. I'm like, we're just gonna do the last one. Like it was one of those nights where I'm like, I'm done.
I pulled the cord when I walked in.
and I was having like one of those nights where I was like, I just like wasn't my best. And I was like standing by myself by the merch, and some like girl came up and gave me her number. I was like, all right, now I feel good.
Great show.
Like,
Great
just
show.
little things like that, or like they just like boost
We're
you.
back in, boys. We're playing the song.
Let's set back up.
Yeah, other bands on, you just shove them off. Yeah.
But like it was like those kinds of things. Like I'm not all woo woo, but I'm like, oh, the universe knew I needed like a little booster.
Did you have a favorite date on that run?
I mean, our Wayfair show was really good. It was definitely like our best turnout for like a local show.
Hell yeah.
Because we've been not playing at Wayfair.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Like we took a good 9-month break from playing at home, and it worked out. So I was like,
Yeah.
let's do that more.
That always helps when people aren't like, oh, I'll see them next month when they're there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like now they're like, well, we haven't seen them in over
Yeah.
half a year.
And we did like a
Almost.
residency last year, and after that I was like, we're done. And then like Shane hits me up. He's like, dude, we got to play our show. And I'm like, I just played there last week.
I just did 5 times.
But it's like, and your bros reach out and they want you to play. It's like, yeah, I want to play.
Yeah.
I do want to
Just
play.
don't depend on me to bring everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also you don't want to be the guy like, hey, playing again. Like, I know you just came.
Yeah.
Come back.
Come see the same show you saw last time.
Yeah, we haven't practiced, so like it's gonna be the same set.
She got eyes and
Oh yeah. We're gonna bust
pillars.
that
You were talking pillars that everyone likes in your band.
Okay.
Television. Yeah.
Television. We all like Bowie.
Nice.
It's funny. We all like very different stuff too. But we all like heavier rock, like punk rock and like 90s rock stuff. Like Pixies, we all love. We all like bands like Nirvana. Like it's impossible for guys our age
to not.
that play rock music and are white to say we don't like Nirvana.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff like that. But then like I like really like that everyone has stuff that like my bass player has stuff he loves that I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
But it adds so much to what we do, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like Dave's like really into like Duran Duran's one of his favorite bands.
Oh.
And I'm not huge on 80s stuff in general.
Those are killer bass parts.
But yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Exactly. It's like, of course a bass player would love that band. You should.
Yeah.
And
The
like
verse of Rio. Just listen to just 15 seconds
Yeah.
of Rio. And
bass
he's
is
like, okay,
ripping.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
bass is always ripping. What's that guy's name? Something Taylor.
Yeah.
Incredible.
James Taylor.
James Taylor. Yeah. Roger Taylor.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor
Swift.
There he is.
Yeah. Dave's in like all kinds of stuff like that, and he's like in just like dance and electronic stuff. It's just like whatever. All right, cool. Like, he loves Dua Lipa, but I get it. I love her too,
Oh,
just
I
in a
love Dua
different
Lipa.
way.
We're definitely probably pillar dollar.
Yeah. We all like Dua Lipa.
I like Dua Lipa.
And then Greg's like, he's a drummer. He's into drummer stuff. Like he loves
Yeah.
jazz. He loves a lot of cool like just like African drum kind of
He's
stuff.
a-
Like he's like really into.
He's a jazzier cat,
He's
too.
a
drums.
Like,
jazzier cat.
Have you seen his
I
hardware?
was gonna
Yeah,
say.
have you seen his hardware?
Does he traditional?
He switches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes back and forth,
Yeah, he's a jazzy
which is pretty
cat.
cool.
He's got that style.
He's got
about him.
style. Yeah, he's very stylish.
Yeah,
like,
definitely got the groove.
I always think he's like, I'm like, he's the guy that
Good
makes
job,
us
great
like
look.
kind of cool.
Is
Yeah,
the
he's
door not
holding
open
down all
for
the
you?
cool points.
Yeah.
He arrives with a gear, and you're like, oh, this guy's serious.
Yeah.
Can you grab another drink? Anyone? Yeah?
I'm
Yeah, next
I'm still
round.
good.
Okay.
Well, I need another one.
I know another band that we all like grew up loving. It's like Mars Volta.
Ooh, fuck.
Another
to
a
not
bunch of
as musician,
shredders,
yeah.
bunch-
Left-handed.
left-handed.
Yeah.
And Dave and Greg love the Chili Peppers, which
As
is more
Team
drum
Rhythm,
and
yeah.
bass guys. Like,
Yeah.
oh, and like I love Frusciante. Like, that band, honestly, I don't care for without him. Like,
Fair
like,
enough.
and they're great. Like, they got great
Yeah,
recordings,
yeah.
but like, he's incredible.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Well, I have 2 other ones.
Let me see.
No, but Frusciante was like really kind of the idea man. He had the songs, he had
Yeah.
the riffs, he has the.
I was reading a review there was like of a show recently. It was. I remember the review. They talked. The Strokes opened, and the guy was like talking about. He's like, man, if you closed your eyes, they sounded so good, but they're just so boring to look at.
Yeah.
They're not.
Which
a
I'm
fun
like,
live
that's
show.
like the Strokes thing. Like they're just cool, too cool.
Yeah, too cool to carry.
Great songs, great band.
songs, great music.
No stage presence.
Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they
But
need
the song is so.
they
good.
need a light
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
Like
exactly, and they do have a good one.
yeah. When you see them at night,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
Weezer's like that. It's like
Weezer's
all
pretty
great
boring.
songs, but if you watch them live, you're like, Jesus Christ.
They're nerds, dude.
Yeah.
Stuck to the ground.
Yeah.
Cemented in place.
Pretty boring.
Yeah. I get that. Someone told me that about Cake,
Oh.
and I was like, I want to
too
see
bad.
Cake.
Yeah.
Dude, Cake is the shit.
Totally see
We
Cake.
had a gig where they like wanted us to do a bunch of Cake, and I was like, ooh, good bass lines.
Yeah.
Good bass lines.
Yeah.
Good bass
Yeah.
lines. I'm in.
Great songs.
You know, that was a Cake Offspring back-to-back thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
They had a-
Specifically, it was Cake and Offspring. It was, like,
It was a whole 90s set and then a special tribute.
Was that local?
That's
Vista?
Vista, yeah.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah, they grew up with K Rock or something.
Yeah, totally.
I get it.
Yeah.
Great, it's great music.
Yeah, it's good music. As a writer, who taught you how to write songs?
Me?
Of course.
I don't know. I mean, I've always like wanted to be a songwriter. I remember I was like teenager getting into music, and my dad being like, you should like learn some scales, like practice some guitar. And I remember being like, dude, I want to like be like Bob Dylan. I don't care about guitar. Like I've always just wanted to be into writing songs. So I'd say like my biggest teachers are just guys I like idolized and like studied, but also when I was in my early 20s, like I joined this band when I was 21, playing for this girl named Nicole Vaughn, and she's an incredible songwriter. And I think just being around her, like really like got the wheels turning,
Yeah,
and like seeing how
accelerated
she
you.
worked.
Yeah.
And then around that same time, like a year or so after that, a guy named Billy Kernkamp had me play with him. And he's another guy that's like super good songwriter. Like everything he writes is just so good.
You got some recipe
And just
books,
like being
yeah.
around those types of people, like so inspiring and so cool to see him work, and like kind of like pick their brains when I had ideas, or just like even show them like, hey, I have this idea, and like give me notes or whatever. And it gave me like a lot of confidence, because I would show them something and they'd be like, oh, that's good. And I'd be like, oh, cool. Like I know how to write something.
A little validation goes a long
Yeah,
way when you're
especially
starting.
from people like you respect.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so I always credit Nicole and Billy to like being a big part of me like getting into being my own songwriter, just because they were like, they inspired me so much seeing them.
I like your Grammy speech that you're doing right
Thank you.
You gotta practice it. You always gotta have it practiced.
now. It works, dude. This is a good Grammy
I don't
speech.
know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, I would say those two definitely like taught me, even though they weren't sitting there. Like
Yeah.
it's just from watching
Osmosis.
and being
Yeah,
being
Yeah.
present. Like that's a big thing. It's like you just pay attention. Like and I have a hard time doing that now. Like it gets harder and harder the older we get, and the more now there's like we're just getting like shit thrown at us with fucking internet.
Two
Like,
Foo Fighters songs came out.
None of
didn't know.
us
Yeah, that's insane. Like
That is crazy. Yeah.
like 10 years ago, everyone knows a Foo Fighter song came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally is breaking news on the MTV.
I didn't
scroll.
have Instagram when I was playing with those people. Like
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
to distract me. Like I was just there.
Yeah, that is a big thing.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, that's a good point.
'Cause
Dude, there
I get
wasn't even
annoyed
cell
when we're
phones.
practicing and someone's like, because when we're like talking about a part, I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
you're involved in this. Like we're talking about
Your-
you.
Yeah, this is your part.
We're talking about what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I mean, my band, we don't really do that, but it happens, you know?
Yeah.
Or you're at sound
Dude,
check and someone's
we
on
were
the phone.
We were
and-
just out in the desert the other night, and just like staring up at the stars in the middle of the night, and like I noticed myself pull out my phone and open Instagram, and I like consciously had to have that thought
yeah.
of like, why the fuck am I on Instagram right now? Put your goddamn phone away. And,
Yeah.
like,
It's
like, yeah.
just fucking
Yeah,
bad
it's-
habit.
It's gross.
I gotta delete it sometimes.
Yeah.
It sucks being in a band and being like it's like your business card these days.
That's the problem. Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, man, I
Isn't
don't
the
want
worst?
that.
It's the fucking worst, dude.
Yeah.
Social
It's
media sucks balls.
Yes.
It's the worst. It's a disease.
And it's funny, like
Yeah.
across the board, everyone says the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone, nobody likes it. Yeah, who actually likes it?
It's like being a smoker.
Yeah.
Nobody likes it.
You just have to do it.
I have to do
It
it.
feels good for a second.
Yeah, it releases a bit of dopamine. I don't know.
No, that's the age-old battle. So like for exposure, what do you think is cracking the case for you guys? Everyone has a different
Nothing.
right.
I
Everyone
agree.
has a different
For us.
Yeah, same.
Everyone has an idea, strategy.
Yeah, I don't have any of those things. I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
What about music videos?
Yeah, my whole philosophy with Kilo is like quality over quantity.
Of course.
So I always want everything to like look good and sound good and
Yep.
like, sort of have an aesthetic. So that's important to me. And I just kind of like since we started putting out new stuff, I did like a reset on our social media stuff. So it's like it looks pretty sparse at the moment.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out like the best ways to go about it. Really.
That's the question.
Yeah.
And-
Like
you
we
know, it's
painted
like-
a giant green screen because we're like, we gotta do a bunch of videos. So like, how do we utilize this?
Yeah.
Like we gotta just use green screen shit. Gotta do angles where it makes it look like
Yeah.
it,
Green
you know?
suits.
Yeah,
Green
we do.
Oh, dude, we
suits.
have green suits.
Yeah.
I like the green suits.
Yeah.
Green man.
Yeah.
Green.
I thought of a funny. I actually thought of a music video idea. I was like, dude, let's just get green suits, like head to toe morph suit, and just play the song like you know your typical like '90s or 2000s like band wherever video, and then just edit and it's just like instruments and it's so boring.
Yeah.
You just have like
Floating
a
instruments.
video of a pond but with no animals in it. There's a little bit of ripples, but then just your
Just
instruments.
instruments moving. And feel like what the fuck is going on? So
I
boring.
mean, it could be fucking hilarious and viral. That's what's
Yeah.
stupid. It's like you could cut that out, put it on TikTok, and get a bunch million
It's
views.
just so, but it's like so boring.
Yeah.
Like not a lot of
90s
movement.
filter,
Like,
dude.
you got to be like
Yeah.
running around and being like really dramatic.
You don't even see the instrument like change. It's just floating there. Yeah, it's just kind of vaguely moving.
All the guitars are on
You
jazz
just see
stands.
sticks floating around. Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not
All
a
you
bad
need is
move.
15
So there's an
seconds,
idea.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
You
let
gotta
me
catch
write-
their attention. Yeah, the attention
We're
span
working
is-
on it. Yeah, write that one down.
It's 1.3 million plays, 15 seconds at a time. That's what
Yeah.
that is. Right?
Yeah.
That's what they're all banking on.
Yeah, that and like I don't like I have accounts for like every social media or whatever for the band, but I
Yeah.
don't go on them. Like
Yeah.
I've never been on TikTok. I made it
Don't.
a TikTok because someone's like, "Hey, you
Yeah.
should have that,"
Yeah,
so
yeah.
no one takes it.
Don't.
I had it and I deleted it.
Yeah, I made it, deleted it
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I'm like, okay, well we
At
own
least you
that.
have it, yeah,
whatever.
The band has a one post.
Yeah, something like that. You know,
Yep. But we got it, parking space. You don't want anyone to
Yeah.
take it.
exactly.
Don't want to pay someone
Whatever
for
that
shit.
means.
Don't take this from me. It's my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, then that shit happens. It's sad. They're like, oh,
Yeah, they hold
Dude,
out the domain names and stuff.
I
Yeah.
did the Kilo Bravo EP. It was just me and Mike Wilson played drums on it.
Nice.
Shout out Mike Wilson.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
Mike Wilson. He there's a track on the new record I recorded with him actually.
cool.
I forgot about that. It's the only track I like produced and
Ooh.
we did drums and stuff at Maps.
Shout out Maps.
Sweet.
sweet. Love it.
Yeah, you know, we
We,
all know
we know
those
the
guys.
Maps. Yeah.
Nice guys.
Yeah, they're great.
They're all right.
We did a bunch of shit.
I love Mike. Mike and Amy live like 5 minutes away from me where they live now.
There you go.
Yeah, one night me and Jimmy went over to their house when they were out of town and did shrooms and
Allegedly.
grilled steaks and
Fuck
watched
yeah.
movies.
They don't know about it.
Shout out
No,
Jimmy.
they know about it. We found the shrooms and FaceTime them. They're at a wedding. And Mike's like, yeah, take them.
You found the shrooms.
Yeah, we were like we were in the kitchen like we're gonna cook.
Yeah.
And we found the shrooms.
Dude, that is awesome. I love that. You didn't go over there with your own shrooms. You went over
yeah, you took theirs,
while they
yeah,
were
yeah.
called. They were like, I found some shrooms.
It wasn't like a
plan.
plan.
That's even better.
That's probably the best journey you could have.
Yeah.
Unplanned.
It's a good
just
time.
Spur of the moment,
Cool.
dude.
Yeah.
Shrooms and steaks. Try them.
Dude, come over here to shrooms and steaks.
And the thing is, usually I don't think I would be hungry, but since we were already we're gonna cook,
Yeah.
we did it, and no one got hurt.
No one got hurt.
No one got hurt.
Successful
Nobody
cooking.
got hurt.
Yeah, that's
Steaks
awesome.
turned out all right.
Yeah, they were great.
Nice.
They were great.
Yeah.
I think.
Greatest fucking steak.
I mean, I wasn't that gone, but it was fun. I was fine. I drove home, so I wasn't in space.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Good night.
You didn't
but
do
yeah,
enough where your steak was mooing.
back to where I was. Maybe. Next time. Back to what I was saying about making that record with Mike and the fucking name shit. I put out the first song with Kilo Bravo, and next thing I know, there's a guy doing piano music. Kilo Bravo. And I was like, dude, it was the same 2 weeks. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was very sure it didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's some guy in Russia was like, all right.
Yeah.
Or wherever, I don't know.
Hey, Kilo Bravo
I've never seen
now.
his face. Yeah, it sounds kind of Russian when you say it that way.
We still can't get filmspeed.com. They want
No.
$6.5 grand.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You know, one
I-
day.
I guess we're worth $6.5 grand, guys.
Yeah.
It's about $6.5 grand more than I thought.
Yeah. I don't know how true this is, but with your name online, people always say keep everything the same. So I do Kilo Bravo music, so everything's that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're
Right, yeah, we're
film
from
speed
Speed
music.
Music. Yeah.
Sayo and KiloBravoMusic.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It is what it is. I
Yeah.
don't think I'm ever gonna own KiloBravo.com, but I don't care. It's a weird thing to look up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's selling it.
Random
Yeah.
phonetic.
Oh yeah.
Someone's selling it. Probably for $6.5 grand.
Well, they're gonna be poor for a long time.
But rich with your website.
Yeah, it's an investment.
Internet real estate.
Yeah, it's
It
it's
is.
real estate.
It-
Quite a
technically
business.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For ours, I guess the website was going to be pictures of cars,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
You know, on the
That
track.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It took us a while to get over the Google search where when you did film speed, the film
Oh,
speed
yeah.
came
Yeah,
up
that's
with
why you gotta
Keanu
do it as
Reeves.
one word.
Sandra
Yeah.
Bullock, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, we had to really fight to get
That's
our
pretty
stuff
rad,
above
though.
it.
Yeah. I mean,
Film.
once you do it, as soon as you do it as one word, it's fine. You put that space in there.
It was still great when we first made that band name and then just looked it up and I was like, all right.
Oh, hot. I guess it's really
Keanu.
popular.
I guess we're gonna have to be called
It's a
Film
popular
Speed 2.
Yeah. It's out.
That's right. There is a sequel to that.
Oh, yeah.
Sure is,
Yeah.
dude.
It's fine, guys. We'll just call ourselves the Fast and Furious.
that would
Think.
work.
What do you think? Shit, they're on number 10 now?
Yeah.
I hear it's gonna be 13 or something.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's more
they're
than
never
10.
going to stop.
I hear it's never going to end.
Dude, is it gonna stop making money for them?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, I
Like
think
that.
maybe I saw the first one. I don't.
Yeah.
I saw the first one and
I stopped
Tokyo
at
Drift.
I
He's seen
stopped
them
at
all.
Tokyo Drift.
He's just like, I got my tickets for 10.
Sean Hobbs.
Family.
What's his name? Fucking Dominic, whatever the fuck. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know,
What?
dude.
Vin Diesel's character.
Oh, I'm just going to name action stars and let's see if they are the Fast and Furious.
Right? Yeah. It's the Expendables. Yeah.
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 Oh.
Isn't The Rock in them now?
Yeah.
Has been for a
Damn.
while.
Wow.
Sir
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. For several movies. Yeah. At least since
Yeah.
like 8 or 9.
Mr. Never Seen Him
Yeah, I've
over
never
here.
seen him. I've never seen him. I actually haven't. I have. But it's just that fucking culturally fucking big.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Too big.
I was gonna say relevant, but it's not relevant. It's
To
just
someone,
not,
it's
not my
relevant.
circle.
yeah.
But
It's just big.
I don't
Yeah.
know, dude. I went to a grocery store on a Tuesday night, and there was a bunch of cars. There was a meetup
Yeah, dude.
in the parking lot, and it wasn't out of the way. It was where you need to park to go to the
Yeah.
store. I was really annoying, actually.
Yeah,
I love when you
Because I just wanted to get
Yeah,
some
I-
shit
and
going.
Vin Diesel was there.
And he was there.
and The Rock was hanging out of a helicopter. I love the ones that you see. They're the meetups are 1985 Ford Fiesta. They're
Yeah,
just all
specific.
meet up. They're just a bunch of old shitty cars, but they're all just
Specific model, yeah.
sitting there talking to each other.
Yeah.
Car
But,
Club, man.
Dude, car club, yeah.
Hey, that's
They all match.
You got a unique car. I guess there's a club for
It's
it.
like a biker gang, but they
Yeah.
have, Ford
Yeah.
Fiestas.
Dude, that's exactly what it is.
I had that little yellow scooter for a while, 49cc.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Do you have a club?
No. But I wanted to find,
You get patched in.
like, I don't know the initiation, It's probably blood in, blood out. I can't afford that.
You gotta hit someone with it. Yeah.
See that dent?
Movies, TV shows, anything catch your fancies? Recommendations, if you will.
So I just I binged Beef. I had the flu when that came
Oh,
out, so it's
I
like
saw
the
that too.
perfect time to have
Is
the
that
flu.
good?
It's good.
Very good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I liked it.
I saw like the
Very,
Netflix
very good.
thingy.
It's really good acting. I'd never watched Ali Wong act, and she
She's
slays.
great. Yeah, she's
Like
really
she's
good.
so good.
Yeah.
But the whole cast is killer, really cool, and it's it's a big deal for the Asian community in
totally.
Hollywood because it's this. I think the only white guy's Andrew Santino.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's what I saw, and that's
I
what I was
think
like,
so.
oh, Andrew's in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
And he doesn't show up till episode 4 or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
and the cast kills it. It's just
Yeah, yeah.
everyone's so good, and
Yeah. As the Korean in the room, it is very relatable.
yeah,
Like, just-
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
oh,
Yeah.
this is a unique experience for
That culture, yeah.
that culture in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very specific
Yeah, and
to
LA
where
is
we are. and-
is the biggest Korean population outside of Korea.
Yeah, yeah.
so
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I think so. Yeah.
I just learned Everything Everywhere All at Once was filmed for 21 million
Really?
by A24, which I guess with movies is really fucking low.
Yeah, that's cheap.
And they
Yeah.
they murdered the.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
The
that
worst-
yet.
Oh,
And
Dude, it's
I-
it's pretty worth it.
yeah,
Worth
I
that
know I
Oscar.
got to see it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I hate when people tell me I have to see things, but
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I got to watch it.
Yeah,
I would never say you'd have to watch it, but I would say if you have the time and you want to watch it, it's
I'll
fucking
watch
worth
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I haven't heard a bad thing about it.
Yeah.
So
I was one of
it's
those
gotta be
people
good.
too that I'm like, well, I'll get to it. When I got to it, I was like, oh, I watched it by myself, and then
Yeah.
2 days later, I was like, babe, my lady does not give a shit about movies.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen anything,
Yeah.
not even Star Wars. I was like, you need to watch this, and then we watch it together, and at the end, I look at her, and she's just crying. I was like, she's like, this movie is beautiful. I was like, sweet, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great movie.
love that. yeah, definitely. It's on the list.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Beef. Beef. It's as the Asian one. It was just I have friends like that. I've experienced that.
Yeah.
It's very accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's
Yeah.
just just from watching, I'm like, man, it's cool that they did. Both main characters are on a different spectrum, wealth wise and
Yeah.
career wise. It's just so cool that it covers a lot of ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super good show.
Yeah, and weirdly,
And
artsy. Sometimes it just gets weirdly dream sequency for a second.
Oh yeah,
and,
it gets dark.
Yeah, it gets real.
Like-
I mean, the whole concept's dark.
Yeah,
but yeah.
but I remember watching
Yeah.
the second to last episode. And I was like, oh, this is Breaking Bad territory. It's
Yeah,
intense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're
Yeah,
getting
it's
real. They're getting
super
real
good.
dark. Yeah,
I like the sales pitch. I'm going to have to
yeah.
get in.
Yeah,
It's a fun one. I did the whole thing in a day, half-hour episodes.
Yeah, that's what I like too.
Yeah.
So another show I just started getting way into. I'm pretty far in. I got into Better Call Saul way late just because
Nice.
I didn't have. I'm these long episodes. I don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
time for
No
this shit.
commitment.
I don't know. Breaking Bad's so good. Don't ruin it.
The last season just came out on Netflix. So,
Yeah, and I think I'm almost there.
Nice.
And it's super good.
Yeah.
It's its own show. And it's
Yeah.
really well done.
I controversially think I might like it a little better than Breaking Bad.
I've heard that from
Yeah.
a few people actually.
Yeah.
And I think choosing to do that character is a cool choice because he wasn't a huge character.
He's a comedian. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
a
it's-
comedic actor, and then he does this big, huge dramatic thing. It's fuck.
yeah,
Yeah, on a smaller the character in Breaking Bad,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
minuscule.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
He's
Go in
like
the backstory.
He's a
like-
grain of rice, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, he's nothing. He's barely in the show.
Yeah, yeah.
So making him he's a interesting character to learn about, and they did a really good job, kind of give him this crazy backstory. And
Yeah. Shout out Michael McKean, by the
dude,
way.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
he kills it.
Yeah. He's.
Michael McKean.
Yeah. David St. Hubbins.
Spinal Tap.
David St. Hubbins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He nails it.
Yeah, I was like, damn, he's so good.
Yeah. He's easily the best actor in that show, probably. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one too. And I just saw that the last season came out on Netflix, so I'll
Yeah, I gotta get down on
have
that.
to do that one.
I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of other shows lately. I've been in that weird space where I'm like, I don't want to watch TV.
Did you Get Back?
The Beatles one.
Oh yeah, I watched that when it came out, and it was
yeah.
fucking
I still haven't
mind-blowing.
seen it.
I mean,
Nick, you have to
Just
see
see
it.
it.
Just see it.
Yeah.
It's a Seinfeld bit. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Fantastic, right?
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like, and those Let It Be sessions, like that record has always been one of my favorite Beatles records, just because it's so raw and like, and honestly, I was so glad they put out the Let It Be Naked thing, because I'm not a big Phil Spector guy, so not having all the strings and all the editing, like, was so nice. But watching it was so cool, and it was so well done. It felt like you're watching like a modern band and you're in the room with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just felt like I was
Yeah,
like,
you're
oh,
just
these
flying
guys are like
along,
guys
yeah.
I know. Like,
Yeah.
it was so cool. It was really well done. That being said, those guys spent more time fucking around in a studio than I've spent my whole life in studios.
Yeah.
Right, they just sit in there for days on end.
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of like really cool little moments that kind of like like shed some light on maybe like rumors or like weird things that people like didn't know about. Like there's a really cool moment when, because Paul gets such a bad rap for being like the bad guy and,
Right.
and like
The businessman.
and being like, oh, like, or like, and there's the like famous like, oh, Yoko broke up the band, and there's this great moment with Paul, and like someone kind of like makes a little joke about Yoko, and he goes, hey man, they're just like two people in love, you can't blame them. And like, I'm like, oh look, he's the guy, like
He's the peacekeeper.
he's the fucking man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watching him, oh, man, like all of them, there are moments I can relate to.
Yeah.
But watching him try to like wrangle his band together, I'm like, fuck, dude, I know how you're feeling. When he's like,
favorite
you just,
Beatle?
You can,
Yeah.
oh,
Ooh.
that's tough.
Did Get Back alter it any?
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
no. I mean, I've like throughout the years, I've kind of like hopped to different like
Different phases.
Like
Yeah.
never
early
Ringo,
on.
right?
I was like a big Paul guy because I just like the pop songs. I love his voice.
I hope he says Ringo.
Dude, Ringo's the shit. Ringo's the best guy in the band.
Yeah.
Ringo. Fuck Ringo.
Ringo's the shit.
Yeah.
Like Ringo's lovable. He's like a puppy.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm just here to have fun.
Like no one can hate Ringo.
You
Yeah.
need Ringo in the
Yeah.
Oh,
Beatles.
yeah.
He's the glue, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke.
Poor guy, dude. In the movie,
water.
one of the days he shows up at the studio, no one shows up.
That's right.
He's drinking coffee, waiting for him.
No one told him.
So sad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because it's tough. I always go between George and John, but it's like different reasons.
What are the reasons?
I don't know. Like I love John's like attitude and like he's like out of all the guys, I think he's like the most himself and like he's got the coolest songs, the
Yeah.
best lyrics, the best melodies. I think like they're interesting. They're not like all pop melodies, but they're just like interesting. And he's like just cool. He's a punk rocker like through and through. But George is like thoughtful and
Yeah.
like
Craftsman.
he's like he just loves music. Like you can tell he's a guy that just like wants to create art. Like he's an artist. Like and obviously as a guitar player and a slide guitar player, he's like
Yeah, he shreds.
the best.
Yeah.
Like everything's melodic, which because shredding's cool and all that stuff, but like to me, like I want melody and I want the guitar
There's a
to
difference
sing.
between technique and melody, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
anyone can become a shredder. Not anyone can write beautiful fucking
Yeah.
music and move you.
Exactly.
Like you could play 3,000 notes in your solo that's 30 seconds long, but if you just wrote a like cool pop bridge, I would be just as happy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
If
yeah.
not
I mean,
more.
it's like, to like keep circling back to Nirvana. It's like take the fucking guitar lead in Nevermind. Smells Like Teen Spirit. He's just playing the vocal, but it's like
Yeah.
it's heavy and it's melodic and it's cool. And George did a ton of that stuff,
Yeah.
and I love that. So what I'm saying is I don't know.
He's got-
I
The
think
Beatles are a good band.
I think I'm a
you heard it here first, folks.
I think I always want to say I'm a George guy. But
I'm
I
Team George,
think like
yeah.
I'm a John guy, like mentally. Like I just like feel the vibe, but like I'm like I get.
So you're
him.
John Harrison.
John Harrison. Yeah, I don't know. He just seems John's so fucking cool. Like,
Yeah.
like he's like, I love Paul for being Paul, but he's like corny and like
Yeah.
you can tell he's the guy that like would be in bed with the corporations. Like, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Like he'd be a TikTok star.
Oh, easily.
But
And
Obladi.
but he's so
Yeah.
good.
but his
Yeah.
bass line.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
exactly.
So fucking good.
Like there's no like
And he's
well, and arguably like my favorite solo release from the Beatles, Ram.
yeah.
Like that record
Fucking great
is so
record.
good.
Good.
And
record.
it's just him
Yeah.
fucking around.
Yeah.
Him fucking around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible vocals on that
Yeah.
record.
Yeah. Probably the best voice in the band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, arguably like the most talented musician.
Do you
in
think
that
that
band.
In the
he-
band, probably. Yeah.
Do you think that he died and got replaced by someone like,
Oh,
like these
Paul
fucks?
Dess?
Did Paul die?
Dude, I don't want to say yes or no. Like I like the mystery.
Yeah. We'll never know.
To have seamlessly replaced such a thing that
Do you-
good for them. I'm glad we got this
It's
version.
never happened. So he's still alive. He's been alive the whole fucking time. They didn't
don't
find
know,
some
man.
dude that did that, like plays the exact same. There's no one now
But
that
seen
does
that
it.
scar on his lip, dude?
God
Yeah,
damn
that
it,
mustache.
dude.
is-
Black helicopter.
He shows up, he's got a mustache.
Rain's making
Yeah,
a
where'd that
frogs
mustache
gay.
come from, bro?
He died and then mustache.
Well, you know, Avril Lavigne's a stand-in too.
That's right.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
There's plenty.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't know?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
These
Oh,
fucking
she's
guys,
been dead
dude.
for a
I
while.
swear to
Avril's been
God.
dead for a while,
She's
yeah.
been dead for a while.
How'd she
Is
die?
Chupacabra still alive
Wow.
too?
Oh, I forget how they say she died.
I think
Oh,
it was
they
it was on the road. She was like in Japan or something.
I don't know. I don't know. I just
She
know
crossed the Canadian border, died.
She's in Japan.
She married Chad Kroger. He murdered her.
Look at this photograph of Avril Lavigne still dead.
Dude, she kind of like has those vibes of the kind of girl that would go to Japan and like pretend she's Japanese.
That. Yeah.
She
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
Like
the
Gwen Stefani.
Yeah,
Gwen
yeah,
Stefani told it.
But she gets
Yeah.
foreign accent syndrome, so she just starts speaking like that.
yeah. Broken English.
No,
Unlearns English.
I think Madonna did that everywhere but Japan.
maybe.
Yeah.
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 And now she looks the most Japanese she ever has.
It's true.
Just bloated fucking alien looking.
Poor Madonna. She was so cool and like,
my God,
like she's still cool in a way, but you know.
She was super punk rock, like for her.
the
era.
80s.
Oh yeah, dude. Her
And-
like sex book or whatever.
Dude, and there's just big old cone tits.
not giving a
did
shit.
not give a fuck, dude. She was like sex appeal back in the
pretty
day when
rad.
it wasn't like.
Pretty rad.
I guess it was kind of still accepted, but then in the '90s, it was kind of people were trying to hush that shit. And she did not care.
She rewrote the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Paramount
Lucky
Plus,
Star
I
is
think.
insane.
You love that track?
Yeah, dude, just blasting rails.
Dude, you know what I can't stand?
Stop, I'm singing tonight.
I can't stand her like James Bond song.
Oh, yeah.
The what Die Another Day.
Yeah.
Die Another Day
So
is
bad.
real bad.
'Cause I-
Another day.
I'm like a Bond guy.
Yeah.
I love the Bond
Oh,
movies.
these guys are
Oh,
huge
yeah.
Bond guys.
But
yeah.
that song,
Bond guy.
Jesus Christ.
Who's your favorite Bond?
I mean, that movie sucked too, but
Yeah.
Who's the best Bond?
that's Bond. I mean, I really like Daniel Craig. Like, I think he's like,
Okay.
he's
Fine,
like,
Craig. I think Craig's Daniel Craig, right?
I think it's because he's just like the most like rugged one we've had, and he's like pretty bad. Like, he's an action guy,
He's badass. Yeah.
and he's handsome and all that stuff. But like, he's not like Pierce Brosnan's just like too pretty, too
Yeah.
Too dainty.
Yeah, he's too
suave.
When he punches someone, you're like, really though?
Yeah. Roger Moore kind of feels that way for me too.
He's
I'm
very
Sean
pretty.
Connery though, like.
But that's the thing. I was gonna say Connery's right there too, just because he's like, I mean, obviously he like defined the role,
He has
Right.
the
Right.
chest hair.
and
to
he's got
keep
the whole
rugged,
thing
you
where
know.
he's like pretty rugged, pretty sassy.
Yeah.
The writing on those early movies, is
Holy shit,
hilarious,
dude.
Yeah.
and the sound
Shoes.
effects,
Yeah.
like it's borderline like comedy.
I just saw Goldfinger like last month. It's on like one of the
Yeah,
channels.
yeah.
And he's about to talk to Goldfinger, and he said to this lady who's standing there, he's like,
I know what you're talking about.
"Right along, Johnny." Men are talking, and like,
Slaps her ass. And the sound, and there's a sound effect. It's really loud.
run along, darling. Men are talking.
Dude,
Wow.
we first moved here.
60s.
Yeah,
Wow.
60s, man.
When we
Mad Men,
first
right?
moved here, I like bought a James Bond some kind of like Asian box set off of eBay for like
Bootleg box set
for
DVDs.
$50,
Bootleg.
and we like toured the U.S. just watching these videos. We wouldn't know which one they were because it's all in some other writing. So we're just like, yeah, put it in. Like, dude,
Oh, sweet.
That's pretty
You only went
awesome.
twice.
yeah, you only live twice.
Fantastic.
I like that.
Who's the worst?
George Lazenby.
I actually like that one.
I do too,
Lazenby.
dude. That's a great one.
That's one of the best movies.
Majesty
'Cause it's
of
dark.
Pictures?
yeah,
It's like darker.
He's very G.I. Joe
Spoiler
James
alert.
Bond though. I feel like he's
His
like,
wife,
his wife
dies.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's dark.
It's dark.
It's a
He's a good
one.
Bond.
He was a good
So
Bond.
Dalton's the worst.
Dalton is the worst.
Dalton is the worst. Like, no one cares.
Dude, no one cares about that guy. What movies was he even in? Exactly.
License to Kill and Living Daylights. The Living Daylights.
Yeah, both those.
That was
License
Aha
to
doing
Kill's
that
alright.
theme.
Yeah,
The Living
some crazy. The Duran Duran one's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
I
Still like a
love
hit
the
for them
songs.
alone too.
What's that?
Feud to Kill was still like a hit for
Oh
them.
yeah,
like,
still.
separate from the movie.
Yeah, still. It's like Live and Let Die, man.
Yeah.
Live and Let Die is such a dope.
Yeah,
That's probably the best one.
Probably the best one.
Live and Let
With
Die
or
is
Goldfinger.
probably.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, a lot of the classic ones
the
are
brass
super
section
good.
in
Shirley
Goldfinger
Bassey,
is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even like some of the modern ones, I mean, obviously Skyfall's killer.
Skyfall's good.
dope.
Yeah.
So good. Not a huge Sam Smith guy.
No, I didn't think it fit that well. Billie Eilish's song was
fine.
Fine.
Guys, it's Radiohead Skyfall.
Radiohead's
Oh,
Skyfall was
yeah,
dope.
Radiohead Skyfall.
It is good.
It is good.
I did not like Another Way to Die, which was Jack White's and Alicia Keys'
Yeah.
stab at it. I
That
didn't-
one I like more now than when it came out.
Yeah,
It's
I
very-
liked it when it came out.
it's very Jack White.
I like it less now.
It's fair.
Turn the other way on
It's
it.
fair. It's very Jack White.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool tune. It actually sounds more like Jack White now than
Right.
like White Stripes era.
Yeah.
Like when I remember hearing it, and I'm like, oh, this is different. And now I hear it, I'm like, oh, it just sounds like his new records.
You're throwing Alicia Keys through distortion, though. She sounds beautiful.
Yeah, I know.
all
Yeah, why
the
are you throwing her
time.
That's his whole thing. Distortion on everything.
Yeah.
But he did it through like a vintage, like 30
distortion.
watt
I know.
tube amp that he
Yeah.
found in
It's
someone's
like a real
backyard.
tape distortion.
Yeah, Elvis pissed into it. I know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It was Elvis's piss tapes. That's how he got it.
Hey, you ever heard the piss tapes?
Got him on vinyl, dude.
Okay, like last questions. Do you have a perfect album?
Perfect album.
Yeah, like a Desert Island album. You don't have to listen to it on repeat, but like it's the one
That's
thing
what you
you
got.
can
Yeah, yeah.
you can
It's the
reach
one
for
album
when
you
you
have.
One.
yeah
Why don't I get one?
because
This is
we
the
said
question.
so. It's the question. Because that's the
Because
hypothetical we're setting.
the way my brain works is like I get sick of everything
Uh-huh.
at some point, even my
Yep.
favorite records.
yeah.
Yeah. So which one do you get sick
What's
of?
brought you
What's
back
the
the
least?
most?
Yeah.
Could change next week, but today.
Yeah, it changes all the time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because in my vinyl collection, I only buy things I really love. So I'm trying to think of like that stuff. And I kind of, I got two that I'm bouncing back and forth on.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Wilco's Summer Teeth,
Nice.
because it's just got like everything and it's so long. There's like 20 songs on it. So,
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Bang for your buck.
Pretty
Bang
good.
for the buck.
Yeah.
and then Ode to Sunshine by Delta Spirit because that record just like placed in time for me. Like it was one of those records like when it came out, where I was in life, I was just blew my mind, and every song's so good. I love that record.
Gotta
Okay.
get in that one.
Yeah. I got to get that one a spin. I've never.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, it's folk rock, but it's cool.
Fine art is what you line your mind with when you don't know where to send the money. Fine artist rolling in her grave when she's poor, equal parts tea and money. Pescatarian, vaccine activist, thank God I've got you to save our child. president. This heat wave's fucking up my style. We were born sweet and mean and selfless and selfish. We did the dirt and ignore the pile. Our toxic feelings fill the air. Shit just flying everywhere. The tantrum. Homeschool teachers bet you're bound to break the rules. Voted most likely to get out with you. Bad seeds, we're all guilty and we're innocent. Yes, if anyone could tell the difference. Sheep slayer, misbehavior. You pick a fight after detention. Soul bearer, oversharer, unashamed to fake a smile. We were born sweet and mean and selfless and selfish. We did the dirt and ignore the pile. Our toxic feelings fill the air. Shit just flying everywhere. The tantrum. Well, I care so much, I care. So what? I'm scared. Beware, I care. Yeah, I care so much, I care. So what? I'm scared. Beware, who cares? We were born sweet and mean and selfless and selfish. We did the dirt and ignore the pile. Our toxic feelings fill the air. Shit just flying everywhere. The wind just fucking up your head. The tantrum. The tantrum.